understand. I've never, to be quite honest, I don't know how much is too much taxes or how much is too less taxes. I don't think there's a magic number. My commitment has been, since I stopped running restaurants and got into public service, was to try and make more efficient government, try and cut costs and improve productivity anywhere I can. But I don't know how much, what is too much or too less taxes. That's what we all have to discuss, right? And decide, and figure out. But I do think that the willingness to compromise, to listen as hard as we can to the other side. You know, right now, we talk to the oil and gas industry and the environmental community, right? Whether frac fluids or how bad are they, how good are they, you know. There's no absolutes, right? But the bottom line is there's a truth somewhere in that argument, just like any argument, where we can find common ground. And Rotary, you guys talk to everybody. One thing I love about Rotarians, every once in a while you'll meet a Rotarian who's an introvert. There's some of them out there. I've maybe had 3 or 4 in my life. You guys talk to people all the time, right? And you have great credibility just because you represent your business, you're out there. If I had one imaginary power, and seek it, and I'm going to finish with this, I've got my 9-year-old son, my wife is out of town working on her new book. Not bragging if it's true. The last book is in his 12th printing, just in case you had questions. But so I got to go home to my son. But what I want to do is I want to deputize each and every one. Now, since I'm not a mayor, I'm not sure I can do that anymore. I might be breaking state law in some way. But I would like to encourage, if not deputize, each and every one of you, especially during the holiday seasons when people are in a good mood, just to encourage the people that you meet, that you run against, that let's try to figure out what the compromises are. Let's try to figure out a middle ground, and let's try to encourage our legislators, both in Colorado and in Washington, that this is the greatest country on earth. We are the experiment in democracy, right? We are the great crucible, the test tube of how to make it work. The world's waiting for us to get it together and meet again. Let us go off and make that happen. Thank you so much for everything you all do.
The only bad news, Governor Hickenlooper, is that Teddy's dentist is here tonight. He said he needs to brush more. Thank you, Governor Hickenlooper. Please, another round of applause. What a great message. As many of you know, in connection with our Centennial celebration, and as Governor Hickenlooper has referenced, Club 31 commissioned the Centennial History Book and 2 original Centennial paintings. The books are on sale here tonight, and in a moment we're going to auction the 2 paintings. First, however, we'd like to acknowledge Carl Lindsay. Where's Carl? There he is. Chair of our Centennial History Book Committee. Carl had the extreme challenge of herding the group of cats. Sorry, I meant to say the Denver Rodeo leaders that we mentioned earlier in the program, in order to collect the rich stories in the book. Please give Carl a round of applause. You already did, but do it again. Rosemary Fetter, would you please stand? Rosemary is an accomplished local author who worked tirelessly to write a fabulous book that is not only a history of Club 31, but also a history of the development of Denver and other key parts of Colorado, since so much of that development resulted from the leadership of various Rotarians. The book is rich with behind-the-scenes accounts of many of the key events that makes Denver, Denver, and Colorado, Colorado. Again, please give Rosemary a round of applause. Barbara Frola, would you please stand? Barbara, a successful local artist, created 2 wonderful paintings to serve as cover art for Rosemary's book. The first graces the front cover of our Centennial book and depicts a Denver skyline with several Club 31 meeting locations, including some that are no longer standing. The bottom of the painting includes several Rotarians, yes, some of you, who gave Barbara far more input than she ever probably bargained for as we met to design the painting. The second painting depicts several women in Togo, West Africa, celebrating a new water well funded in part by a Denver Rotary Club Foundation grant. You should also know that Barbara attributes her decision to enter the art world to a summer as a Rotary Ambassadorial Scholar in Denmark. Please give Barbara a round of applause. Lastly, you should know that the net proceeds of all of our Centennial activities, including this gala, the Centennial book sales, the cover art print sales, and the proceeds from the auction that Evan will be conducting shortly, will go to a special fund of the Denver Rotary Club Foundation devoted to our continuing high-speed internet project. As many of you know, with Colorado Rotary's help about a year ago, EagleNet scored a $100 million federal grant to build a middle-mile high-speed internet network that will transform the educational landscape in Colorado for 850,000 K-12 kids in our state. Congratulate yourselves, please. Although vital, this project is only the start. To take advantage of what EagleNet offers, our schools will need classroom technology, digital content, and training for teachers, just for starters. We have or are meeting with the leadership of all 3 Rotary districts in Colorado. A first for Rotary to collaborate on a statewide basis, I believe, at least Grant tells me, and I'm sure he's right. The Governor's Office, History Colorado, and EagleNet to develop a grassroots approach for all Colorado Rotarians to engage with their local schools in order to determine and provide for their local needs. The needs are many, and this project will probably extend over a few years, but it will truly impact Colorado for the next 100 years. Harriet Downer, would you please stand? Where's Harriet? There she is. I would like to recognize Harriet, who will be leading this effort for Club 31 and District 5450. Please give Harriet a warm round of applause.